welcome to our kitchen. Today we're going to be making a plant-based roasted spring veggie salad. I love this recipe because it's super versatile and it celebrates all the wonderful colors of the spring harvest. I'm going to be walking you through how to make this recipe, all my tips and tricks that I have up my sleeves. So come on and join us. So for our recipe today, our ingredients are going to be bulgur, broccoli, parsnips, carrots, 2 varietals of squash. We have yellow neck and a green varietal. We also found purple asparagus, which is awesome. Who knew that you could find purple asparagus? And some lemon. So the first step in our recipe is we're going to go ahead and preheat the oven to 375, and we're going to cover 2 cookie sheets with tin foil. So now that we have our water coming up to temperature, we're going to take 1 cup of bulgur and add it to that water and bring it all to a boil. So now that our bulgur is boiling, we're going to go ahead and lower the heat down to a medium-low and cover it and let it cook for 15 minutes until it is tender, draining off any excess liquid and fluffing with a fork. Now that we have our bulgur on and cooking, we're going to go ahead and start prepping our vegetables. The first one up is our broccoli. To prep our broccoli, we just take the woody part of the stem off. Now you don't have to throw this away. This can be used in compost or you can save it for veggie stock. We then take the florets off individually and cut each floret in half lengthwise, creating a lot of surface area to go down onto the cookie sheet. So when you put the vegetables on the cookie tray, you want to make sure you allow enough space in between them for air to flow. You don't want to crowd them too much, otherwise they'll steam and we won't get that yummy caramelization that we're after. Our next veggie that we're going to prep is our asparagus. So to prep our asparagus, we're just going to take one and we're going to bend him. Wherever he breaks, we're going to trim up the rest because this part would be too woody to eat. But you can save those and put those in a veggie stock. We then take our cut asparagus and put it on the cookie sheet, allowing for space in between for air to circulate. We're grouping things that'll cook the same amount of time together, so the broccoli and asparagus are good to be on the same pan. So after the asparagus, we're going to go ahead and cut up our parsnip. It's going to give him a little top and tail. Cut him in half and cut each of those halves into quarters. Now we got our parsnips cut. We're going to put those on the cookie sheet and we're going to go ahead and prep the rest of the vegetables. Now that we have our trays prepped, we have these beautiful spring veggies, all these colors. We're going to go ahead and season them up with some avocado oil, salt, pepper, and garlic granules. Go ahead and put our veggies in the oven. They will take anywhere from 25 to 30 minutes. Keep in mind that the asparagus and broccoli will probably cook quicker than the parsnip and carrot tray. So we're going to go ahead and put these in the oven. Our 15 minutes is up and our bulgur is ready. We're going to go ahead and just fluff it with a fork. While the veggies are cooking, we're going to go ahead and make our vinaigrette dressing. For a correct vinaigrette, you just want 3 parts oil to 1 part acid. So today we're going to be using olive oil and our acid is going to be lemon. You can add other things to this like thyme or some other fresh herbs to enhance the vinaigrette, but we're just going to keep it very simple today. So to start, we're going to cut our lemon in half and we're going to juice the lemon. We've got this fancy handy dandy juicer guy right here. Pop him in there and juice it into our mug. Perfect. So we have about 2 tablespoons worth. So then we're going to go ahead and add our oil as well. So 3 to 1. 2 tablespoons. We need 6 tablespoons of oil. That looks about right. We're also going to be adding some Dijon mustard to emulsify the dressing, giving it some rich creaminess. So we're just going to add a little bit of that. And salt and pepper, of course. Stir to combine. Woo. So our veggies have been cooking now for about 25-30 minutes and I think they're done, so we're going to go ahead and take them out. And they look wonderful, all beautiful and caramelized. Looks just as good. We're going to move him right over here. So now that our veggies have come out of the oven, we're gonna go ahead and plate our dish. You can serve it up family style, which we're gonna do today, or you can even cut the veggies up smaller and toss it in with the bulgur and make more of a tossed salad type of dish. This dish is definitely best served warm or room temperature, so you can let the veggies cool for a bit before we move on to plating. To start plating, we're gonna go ahead and layer on the bottom of the plate the bulgur. So after we get the bulgur on the plate, we're gonna put all the veggies and arrange them on top in a nice pattern. Whatever you guys wanna do, get creative with it, why not? And then we're gonna drizzle on our vinaigrette. And here we have it, our beautiful roasted spring vegetable salad. All these different colors and textures and flavors all on one dish. Super simple and versatile. You guys can switch out whatever ingredients you need to based on what's available in your market. But if you like what you saw here today, please go ahead and subscribe to our channel, ring that bell to get notifications anytime we post a new video, or head on over to our website, alicialanger.com, to get additional resources and recipes. Thank you so much for joining us today. Bye now. Make it really crispy and our third ingredient is going to be broccoli. Now broccoli is...
Wait, isn't broccoli the second?
Damn it!